So I'll go quickly about some good practices. This was also part of the mini course that we put into the Raspberry. So before we just have to understand what is a format. So a format is generally what you see like .doc, .xls, .pdf, and that tells you two things. That tells you a level of compressions, and that tells you what kind of file you're dealing with. Are they image, are they text, or anything else? And what we did here was just to select some of the best formats we found for text, videos, and images. So if you have like a landscape, I will recommend to use JPEG or I don't know how to say that JPG. I don't know. If you have PNG, I will. So what is a PNG? PNG, maybe I'll show you quickly. A PNG needs transparency. So if you need some form of transparency, PNG is probably one of the best format for it. And for SVG, so Jimena mentioned it several times. So SVG is really good as a format because it's really light. There is no loss of, there is no pixelization because it's actually a vectorized image. So you can think about it like a mathematical image because it's just a description. And there's other benefits of SVG is it could be dynamic, so you can animate SVG, which could be really interesting. So SVG is really, really good. The problem maybe with SVG is, for example, in a navigator, it works really well, but out of the navigator, sometimes it's not ideal. Then for small videos, GIF could be interesting. As you can see, GIF has a little bit of this kind of cut feel to it because actually there is frames that are missing. That's the main point of GIF. And the other thing is they cannot do really, really long GIFs. It has to be few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. And here we have like a small comparison of all the formats I just named and what is best for and some examples. So this is, I will show you where that found. For texts, we have plain text, which is quite often used. But the problem with texts is like you cannot have images. You have PDF, which are common, and I will say that a PDF is generally a good format for to store information. We have EPUBs are generally used for books, and we have HTML, which is the background of the internet, but which is also a pretty efficient format. I show you. So what I did is I took the same text and I put it in those different formats. As you can see, one of the least efficient is actually PDF. But again, with PDF, you can also have images and you can have other things, which still makes it really interesting. And HTML is really, in my sense, one of the most interesting. And I guess that's also one of the reasons internet became also so popular because it's actually quite efficient. For videos, my recommendation, and we talked it already a little bit, will be to have a MP4, and then you use the e-learning for all, and then you maybe have, this is, I will say just an advice, streaming platforms are quite interesting in the sense that they will download not the whole video, but they will download the video part by part, which allows you to play per segment, which is also quite interesting for the learners. If they really don't have internet, then I think the Raspberry Pi is also a really suitable solution. But in both cases, I think IFO has some benefits because you will anyway reduce the size of the video, so it will become easier to share and to give that information. Maybe just one thing I wanted to show you. So the tutorials are here. They're the same. And for the videos, if you go on the YouTube page, you have all the videos. I number them. So actually, with us, you saw the video 1 to 8, which are, I mean, you saw a little bit their introductory, and then you have the videos 2 to 3, let's say 2 point something to 3. They're mainly about Moodle and about how to set up the first time you enter in the Moodle platform. And those were also available in the 2 projects. Let me go back